to LJ Creations. I am excited to show you something today that I found at Michael's. It's so cool. It's a bag that says it's a bag that says I sweat glitter. Isn't that cool? So cool. I love it. Guess what I'm keeping in there? Wink Estella pens. I just bought my first one about 2 weeks ago. I have not used it. And then I bought another one yesterday. I was at Craft Fancy in Arlington Heights and they had them and I was so excited. So I have not played with them yet, but I had to show you my bag because today's project uses some glitter paper. This is my creation on Silhouette that I created. I love shaped cards. I do not do that many of them because I kind of feel like there's not that many out there that you don't have to pay for, and I'm kind of cheap when it comes to that. I like to create my own. So I think I'm going to be creating more shaped cards through the Silhouette. So I will also have the file on my blog. So if you want to use it for your Silhouette or whatever, you feel free. So what I did is I cut out 2 hats. And I was actually inspired by Mimi's made it. She did a swap with G's Crafts Garrett, and they were doing upcycle, and she had to do an Uncle Sam hat, and I saw that and I was like, oh, what an awesome 4th of July card. So I came up with this with that. On this project I actually used a stamp that I have, and I already punched it out, so I apologize for that, but this is just a 4th of July stamp I found at Hobby Lobby that I had. And then I cut out 2 hats, and you'll see why we used the blue hat in a few minutes. And then I cut out these little stripes. So I love this hat. It's so cute. So, and then I used some glitter paper and a star punch to do a star. So let's get this started. I want to apologize. They're still working on my street next to me, so you may hear some big bumps and bruises and everything else, so I apologize. What I'm showing you right now is the blue hat. You're going to cut off the brim, and I'll show you why. You want to use that here, and then you'll cut off the excess. But one of the things I learned by making this card, now I've made a few of them, so I know what issues I have with it. So you want to pull this down a little bit, and you just want to make a line. Use a pencil, something, it doesn't matter. You're not going to see this when your card is put together. So just make a line, that's your guideline for when you're putting on your stripes. So that's the first thing you want to do, is cut your brim and then cut or do your line here, because I found that it's a lot easier and it looks nicer. So then you're going to start with your stripes. Now your stripes, if you can see, are all going to line up like that. And I am going to start with this. Now I used when I cut these, I used the old blade, so they didn't come out as nicely as I wanted to, and that's my mistake. That won't affect you at all when you cut them. So, and since then, I think I have picked up another blade that I'll be using. So, and then you just kind of lay these out there like that. So, I'm using ATG on this. You can use whatever. I have used my art glitter glue on this as well, but I found that it was just too time consuming. I found my ATG gun was a little quicker because I didn't have to move everything. So I really hope you guys cannot hear those booming. It's really loud. And like I said, I apologize. It kind of bothers me. And I thought about not doing a video today because they're out there doing it. But I'm like, heck, my followers and my subscribers and my friends, they don't mind it. So if it does bother you, you can turn the volume off and just enjoy the video in silence. But if you're a crafter like me who cannot work in silence, I'm glad you kept the volume on. So I do, like I said, I don't like to work in silence. It's actually kind of a running joke in my family that I have to have it as loud as possible to think. I graduated college 2 years ago, and when I was in school, it used to drive my husband nuts because I would have, like, just the TV on. I wasn't even watching it. I couldn't even see it. It was just the noise. And I would study. And we actually put this to theory, and I'm not suggesting you do that, but I did better on my tests that I studied with noise to versus when I studied for tests without noise. And I took a few online classes, and I had to take them on the tests online too. And when I took those tests online, I would have TV on, and I did better than when there was no TV. I don't know what that is. I say it's because when I was growing up, we never had really much quiet. I grew up with, I have 4 stepsisters and 2 stepbrothers, so my house was never quiet. And now that I have 2 kids of my own, my house is never quiet, except when they're not here. So I don't deal with quiet very well. So when I am crafting, I usually am watching YouTube videos, or I am watching Netflix. And I have to say, I have found things I have watched that I never thought I would like before. Like, I watched Breaking Bad, the whole series on Netflix. And when it was on regular TV, I wasn't interested in it at all. Just because, I don't know, I didn't think that was my cup of tea. Because of the content. But then, when it was on Netflix, it kept coming up, and there was nothing on. And I watched the first one, and I was hooked. I don't think it's still my cup of tea, but I think it just, the suspense got to me. So, I liked it. And I have to say it was a really good series. The other one that I watched that I never thought I'd watch either was Prison Break. And I loved that. I actually got kind of sad when it was done because I was like, what am I going to watch? Because my new one now, well, I've watched it from the beginning, but the one I've been watching lately has been Orange is the New Black. The 3rd season's out, and I really like that too. So, I am a Netflix junkie. We don't have cable. It's something we got rid of a few years ago because, well, I don't know, it's just not us. We got tired of reality TV. So, we got Netflix instead, and let me tell you, I don't regret that decision at all because I've watched some things that I've never probably would have watched, which has opened my eyes to other things in the world. Not saying that I didn't know that there were drug dealers out there, because I do, but I would say there's other things that were more educational that I watched on Netflix. Like, I've watched a few different documentaries that I probably never would have watched if it was on cable. It's kind of weird, isn't it? But it's true. So this one is going to actually be cut off on the side because I didn't leave enough room for it. But it's fine. Like I always say, it's your creation. So you do whatever you want with it. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine or somebody else's. I do know some people are very much like that. Like if they see it in a picture, it has to be that way, and if it's not that way, it bugs them. I have a friend who crafts with me once in a while, and I love her to death. She's probably one of the most talented paper crafters I know, and card makers, or yeah, that's the word for it. And she's probably one. Sorry, my camera shut off. She likes. My friend Dawn likes her projects to look exactly like the picture that she has seen of that project, which is fine. Everyone is up. That my camera said I had full memory, and I had to fix something. So here I'm back. So the video is chopped up. I apologize. Look how that brim works perfect. So now we're going to punch our stars, and I probably should cut that out so we can do it. And I believe that this paper is the gold glimmer paper from Stampin' Up. I apologize, Stampin' Up, for not having the right, but that's what it is. And then this punch is actually a punch from Stampin' Up. It's the star punch. So, and then you just put that on there. My allergies are in full force today, so I am kind of nasally. And so all we have left to do is put our 4th of July button on there. And this button, I made it thinking that it kind of reminded me of like a politician button or like the old school thing. So, and there you go. I hope that you like this video. And like I said, go over to my blog and get the file for the hat. I thought we could also make a snowman hat or something kind of card. So give me a thumbs up if you like.